Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Green, and I'm friends with Ryan Bond here, who is the one and only Madecipha, the most prolific rapper of New Haven, Connecticut ever, who's going to be telling us some things about his life, some of his ongoing projects, and some of his latest releases that are coming out. And we're right here in the spider's lair here, the spider web.
The web, yeah.
In the web, in his underground studio. So we're going to start with that. So how's things going today, Ryan?
I'm all right.
All right. So
a little tired. Working at the graveyard.
You've been working at the graveyard lately.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, how long you been working there?
A couple months now.
You enjoying it?
It's cool.
Yeah.
I lost a little bit of weight being outside all day.
Sure, it's probably good for you. All the fresh air. All right, let's jump into some of the things you got going on here. Tell us about Appetite for Dysfunction and the making of that album that you've been working on so long here.
We redid Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses cover. The whole album was produced by Evo, which I normally don't do. Normally I have, like for my LPs, I have, a mix of different producers on it. It started off as an EP that he was going to make, but he just had so many different beats that I kept getting beats from him and getting beats from him. He's out of Bristol, Connecticut, and it turned into be like an 18-track LP that he did the entire thing for. And I have a lot of the whole thing cost me like almost $7,000. It was the most expensive. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it's a lot of money for an independent rapper with the features and everything, the artwork, the recording, the pressing, the videos, and everything. I spent a lot more on this one than I've ever spent. My budget for this was a lot more, so I got a lot of features on it, and I just put a lot of time and effort into working it. We're doing videos for it, and just.
Well, and speaking of that, I know you got some big collaborations on that album.
Yeah, I got.
So how did you go about getting the collaborators on there?
I got Cage, Misery from Psychopathic Records came down here last June and recorded a song. We got Mastermind from Nodis. We got Project Born, who just put a book out. Shout out to Project Born. We got a whole bunch of people on it. It was just Cage. Cage was one of a bucket list rapper of mine, underground legend. I sent him the track and he liked it a lot and he agreed to do it. Cool. And basically, I just had to pay everybody. That's what it comes down to. Just so everyone who people hit up and expect to get free verses. It doesn't work like that. You want to work with someone, they're gonna charge you. So that goes for me too. I'm not doing any verses for free at this point. I've been in the game 20 years. I got 21 albums. If you want, I've worked with 30 to 40 notable collabs. If you want me on your track, it's gonna cost you a few dollars. Don't think I'm gonna go out of my way and do it for free. That's not how. That's not how shit works.
Now listen, you just dropped a mixtape recently, right?
Yep.
And now how does that compare between making a mixtape versus making an album?
I just found a bunch of beats from Sublime to Rolling Stones to Dr. Dre to Snoop Dogg to Eminem to DMX to Marilyn Manson, and I wrote one verse over all of them. We did the John Cena beat. We did a whole bunch of them, and it was real easy. I wrote it 2 years ago, and I just had time to record it now, and we made it come out real quick. I'm actually working on part 2 right now, writing it. So I'm hoping to get that out by the end of the year, so it doesn't take 2 years to put that project out. But it was quick. We recorded the whole thing in like 10 hours, just 2 sessions. I had 2 5-hour sessions. He came over, we recorded, he left, he came back, recorded. Then we did a couple of touch-up little fixers. We call them revs, revisions. And after the revs, it was done, and I put it out. I pressed up 100 copies for my diehard supporters, and it's online. You can just check it out for free. It's just on YouTube. It's on my website. It's just something for the summer for people to drive around and check out.
Yeah. Now, you revamped Righteousness Gone 6 years after you split up with your last
Anthro, yeah.
Right? And now you have Eidolon as your rhyming partner.
Yep.
So tell us about how that situation plays out now and how that came to be.
When me and Anthro had a fallout, I really didn't think that it was going to be like the end all, so I really didn't want to break up with Righteousness Gone. So I gave it time, and like time passed. It became a year, it became 2 years, it became 4 years. Next thing you know, it's 6 years. And I always liked the concept of Righteousness Gone, and I was just like, it was my group, you know what I mean? I kind of kicked them out of it, if you think about it. I always thought we were going to reconcile and things would get back to normal, but after really no contact for 6 years, I realized that that's not, he doesn't even, I don't keep tabs on him, but like I know he doesn't even mention music, or he hasn't put anything out or done anything musically inclined, or he's not avidly like
retired.
He's not putting an album out or anything like that. So it seems like he's not really like into doing that. So I kind of linked up with Eidolon, and Eidolon wants to work, man. Eidolon, me and him get up, we split things. He got his own connections, I got my connections. It's kind of like he's my business partner at Spider by Records at this point, to be honest with you. Shout out to Eidolon, man. He's been putting work in. We've been going over there, we've been writing together, bouncing ideas off back and forth. He makes all the practices, he makes all the studio time. He remembers his words. If I give him a list of things that he needs to do, he does them. It's way different than working with Anthro. I don't want to shit on Anthro by any means, but Anthro like made the beat, and I kind of had to like force him to write the rhymes. He didn't practice. Our live game or our show presence wasn't that great, like compared to like me and Luminol or me and Freeze or anybody like that. The Righteousness going with him, the shows was kind of weak, and I feel like with Eidolon it's going to be a lot better. We actually sit down and practice our rhymes, and he has good energy and everything like that. And it's just been going super, super, super smooth. And we're like 6 or 7 songs in, and we got a couple surprises. We might be working with a couple big name people, get on the album. I can't say who, but it's
coming. It's in the works.
Yeah, it should be up by Halloween.
Now let me ask you this. We're going to switch gears a little bit here. You're also well known within the ghost hunting community as like a local authority on ghost hunting. I mean, you have published books on that and everything.
Yep.
You received that award for the television
3
series.
of them, yep.
The television.
Right now, what I'm working on with that, I haven't gone ghost hunting because of the cemetery, but what I'm doing is I'm trying to revamp my show to get them to back me. I want to make a monument for the first witch ever executed ever in 1647. Her name was Ulse Young in Hartford, Connecticut. We went to the state townhouse with the show a couple years ago. I think that she deserves a monument out in Hartford outside of there. I tweeted the mayor, I tweeted the governor. I'm trying to get the ball rolling.
It's your little pet project.
I hit up the guy that filmed my show, and he's really interested in doing something with it. So I have to like wait and just play the time cards and see how things go out, and we're gonna try to go that, and I'm gonna try to start like a GoFundMe and get her a grave.
Oh, interesting.
That's where I'm at with that.
That's cool. Now, outside of the ghost hunting thing, you got any other things going on outside of rap?
A lot of turtle stuff. I just put my turtles in a big 300-gallon indoor pond. I got my blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
That's right.
Carlson Gracie, New Haven. I'm pretty excited about that. I've been making a lot of classes, training a lot. I'm still, I just got my blue belt, so I'm not that great or anything like that. But I'm getting better. I'm practicing. I'm going. All the oddities things going okay. I've been going to a lot of cemeteries in the daytime, just checking stuff out, doing grave rub-ins and stuff like that. Just kind of hanging out. I got a girlfriend now, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Good for you. Now, you've been making some new music videos as of late, correct?
Yep.
And you got any more of those on the burners here coming?
Eidolon is shooting one on Sunday for Don't Stop Rock for his album, because I told him he needs to put one out. So we're doing one for that, and then I had Thomas Drew's son animate me a video, which came out super dope. Connor's been shooting me a bunch of videos. We did 3 so far, 4 Appetite for Dysfunction, and I want to do one for a song called Caleb in the Mountain, and then we're going to do a couple for the Righteousness Gone album, for the Righteousness Gone album, we're going to put a couple out and go from there.
Sweet. Now, what about shows? Any live performances on the agenda here in the future?
No, after we put the record out, we're going to get into that. Maybe at the beginning of like 2022. COVID hit. We haven't done a show in a year and everything like that. We kind of want to get our show set together. I'm not really rushing into doing any shows right now or anything like that. So we're just taking our time. But we will be doing some shows. We're making venue posters and everything like that. I'm getting our merch game up and just kind of building the craft right now, doing all the groundwork. And then we're going to go from there.
Now, are there any other artists that you're aware of on the scene that are either performing or that you know just from the community that you're looking to maybe sign to Spider Bite Records that you're looking at for talent?
There's a couple people I have my eye on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna like say their name or anything like that, but I want to. Right now, I'm just focused on me and Idol.
Okay. Yeah.
I have our hands are full with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I make limited funds in like the. I'm not like, you know, I'm not selling records the way that some of these other guys are. No one's buying CDs anymore. Most of my stuff is online for free. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a labor of love at this point. I do well for myself, but a lot of it is my other endeavors included in that. So we only have limited resources. So it'd be hard for me to take on more artists unless they really kind of, you know, carried themselves a little bit. I can only, like I said, my hands are full with me and Eidolon. So if things change in the past and, you know, finances get a little bit better, then maybe we'd be more interested in signing other artists. But I'm really trying to build him up. Mm-hmm. We got a lot of projects coming out for him. I'm trying to get him up to speed and get his name out there and build him, and me take a back seat to letting him shine for a little while and getting him. Because I have so much stuff out, whatever like that, that I'm not in a dire need to put anything else out right now. I'm working on stuff because I always do, but I'm helping him with his project and everything like that. You know, I just want him to put out a couple releases and Righteousness Go On and let people know like that he's like solidified as my rap partner, and this is the guy that I'm taking under my wing and going from there. So
now, aside from you and Eidolon and maybe the other prospects you've been looking at or whatever, but how do you feel the status of the Connecticut hip hop scene is in general right now? What's your take on the whole thing?
I only talked to a couple people. It's definitely different from what it was back in the day. I mean, I feel like I've always been the kind of the black sheep. I feel like there's a lot of dick riding going on. Like a lot of people will like follow all these like weird artsy kind of guys from like out of state. Like I don't know much about them. I don't want to say their names because I don't want to sound disrespectful. But there's like, you know, like 3 or 4 rappers that come to Cafe 9 all the time, and there's like a group of people that follow them all the time, but they don't need to pay attention to people from their own city. So it's just kind of like, all right, whatever, man, that's fine. People don't have to pay attention to me. I don't really care if I get the love. Jesus couldn't work miracles in his own city. You know what I'm saying? That's
right.
That's the truth. So that's fine. That I don't really get love in New Haven from like my peers and everything like that. But I feel like I'm gonna take it beyond that, and then later on when those people come and try to get down with me, I'm just gonna remember that they weren't really trying to do anything when I was on the grind.
Right.
So I'm not really like a fan of the. I'm a fan of rapping and doing rap stuff, but I'm not a fan of the rap scene right now. It's kind of watered down, and I'm not really. Yeah, it's just kind of it's kind of shitty.
Now, if you had to say, who would you say is your favorite artist currently right now? Currently, right now, in this moment.
My favorite rapper?
Yeah.
I mean, I still listen to Insane Clown Posse like all the time.
Yeah.
A lot of their old stuff, I'm not up to speed with some of their new stuff.
You'll never give up on the Insane Clown.
No, I really like that's if I could do any song, it would be with anyone. It would be with ICP. So I mean, I like Inspector Deck from Wu-Tang. I've been listening to some of his stuff a lot lately. I don't know. I listen to a lot of Isham. I listen to. Again, a lot of these guys are like legendary to me, but they keep putting stuff out, and it's just kind of like they evolve and they change. Then I'm kind of stuck with the classics. You know what I mean? Like Isham's put out like 5 or 6 records in the last couple of years, and I listen to Closed Casket. You know what I mean? I listen to ones from '94, '95.
Now, would you consider Vanilla Ice one of your mentors?
No.
I'm just messing with you. That wasn't a real question.
I listened to his album the other day at the cemetery though, just to check it out. I did listen to it. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't that bad.
It's good for him.
He's not a bad rapper.
No, I like him. I think he's cool. Now, let me ask you. 39th birthday is coming up here in August.
Yep.
You're gonna be 39. Your last year before you're officially old at 40. What do you got planned? Anything big?
My boy's fighting and.
Who's your boy?
My boy Lee McHugh is fighting.
Lee McHugh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lee McHugh. We know him and we love him. We trained jiu-jitsu with him.
Yeah.
Tough kid.
He's
very tough.
19 years old. He's a beast.
Getting better and better.
Like my little bro. He's fighting his first fight in Springfield the day before my birthday, Saturday the 7th. So normally I'd be watching UFC, but I already just talked to my girlfriend. I'm like, we gotta go watch my boy fight. There's no way I'm missing my boy's first fight. So I'm gonna go to my boy's first fight, and then Sunday the 8th I'm going to I don't know what I'm doing. We're going to like a couple graveyards. We're gonna go get some barbecue. I don't know, just I'm gonna hang out with my girl and just kind of do some stuff like that.
All right. Well, I think that sums it up here. Well, from the web down here in Ryan's underground lair, King Madecipha, King of the Streets of New Haven. We're signing off. Adios. Thanks. Now I'm going to throw you down and go neon.